Hello and welcome to this full deployment project. My name is Heidi, and in this video we'll be going through the things that we did to the server to do it to have it fully functional. And I just want to give an overview of what it includes here. So the server has been set up with a forest domain titled pl.com. Um, It has an ADDS and DHCP and DNS configured. It has a file sharing services, storage using ISCSI, includes a RAID 1 and also RAID 0. Also, it has server remote access using RDP, and the port that we're using is 3389. It has the NIC teaming. Static IP addresses have been set up and they're fully working. Also, we have figured the print management, we have configured that. We have also configured a digital certificate for us to be able to have a web server. We have also gone through the database services that we're going to be using. We also come with a full server backup and adequate firewall rules. So let's get into this. As we can see right here, that's the configuration process that we use to get the DHCP working. Right here, we're adding that role to the server. Once that configuration is done, you're going to see the configuration of a new share with a SMB share quick. This will show who has permission to share, and then you'll see that the new share was successfully configured. Okay, now we are gonna move into the Active Directory. As you can see, we added a new role for that, and we can see that the PL server has now an Active Directory configured properly. Once that is done, we're gonna move on to the DNS server. As you can see, that role has already been added, which that would make a lot of sense because right now we have a fully functional internet, as you can see in the bottom right corner. So we're just gonna go through those configurations as you can see on the screen. And after that, we're gonna move on to print management. We have configured a new printer with a disk image that we downloaded from HP. Now we're gonna move on to the certificate for websites. As you can see, once that HP configuration is done, as you can see, we need to do the certificate for a website so we can get the HTTPS and not only the HTTP. So we need the security certification in the server that we're trying to configure right here. As you can see, also the IP address have been set up, and we're gonna see a little bit more information moving forward on that. We can also find, as you can see, the Active Directory under administrative tools, and we also have set up the Internet Information Services, and we can see that the server is working properly. Now let's move on to the next thing. Okay, now you can see that we're about to bind our site successfully. Another thing that we're gonna do after that is we can see the volumes that have been created. In the executive report, you can see why it is helpful to have a RAID 0 and a RAID 1 volumes on the disks. So we have created 2 disks in order for it to work. And after that, we're gonna see that we created a new storage pool, and we have set up of the file and storage services. Okay, now we're gonna move on to the firewall. As soon as we're done with that, right here I'm just going through the volumes and the configurations that they have. But yeah, once that's done, we're gonna see that we have configured the Windows Defender firewall with advanced security. And we're almost done with the volumes right now, but yeah, after that we're gonna see that briefly. Okay, hope you enjoyed that awkward silence. That was just the walkthrough of the configuration. And now you can see also that the static IP address has been configured as I mentioned before, but you can see with more detail in this IP config. And it's working and we still have internet. As you can see in the NIC teams, we had to create another adapter, and once that's done, then we were able to create the PL.com team successfully. And after that, you're gonna see that we were also successful to enable the remote management, and you can see a couple things that we have also enabled right there, such as the remote desktop and the NIC teaming that we were talking about. Um, we're gonna see more of the configuration process that we went through for the NIC teaming, and we're gonna see a little bit more about who has access to the printer, and also the installation of the printer and what was the process for that. And after that, we're gonna again go through the certificate setup that we use for the HTTPS setup, and we're gonna see more about that setup also. And we also created a server backup. Later, you're gonna see it complete. And we also created WSUS services. And now that we have seen that, we can see that the backup has been completed also. And also we can see that the instead of the ISCSI has been created, and the RDP has also been set up with the port 3389. Because my computer and the memory in some memory issues that I ran into, unfortunately I lost the video that I had connecting with the second virtual machine that I created, just to make sure that they were able to interact between each other. But that was possible because of the RDP and the way we set up the port. And for it to work, we also had to configure an inbound rule in the firewall, and that was successful. Thank you for watching, and send me a message if you have any questions.